Alrighty, so let's just have a bit of an overview of the PTSD unit plan and quickly look at what we cover here. So this goes with chapter 4 of the textbook. We're going to start off with the three cognitive topics, and they are the multi-store model of memory, working memory model, and emotion and cognition. So these are for paper one, and those three topics from the cognitive approach. And the reason why we start with these in PTSD is because they actually make pretty good building blocks into understanding these later etiologies and prevalence. The role of emotion and memory pretty linked with PTSD, as is the concept of working memory, and even the memory problems is one symptom of PTSD, and we can use the multi-store to explain that. But if you were just had standard level students and you didn't want to do abnormal psych, then these three by themselves would be a worthwhile topic to cover. So we look at these three topics, and then we get into etiologies and prevalence. Now these are from this topic in the, if you look at the etiology of abnormal psychology, we have explanations and prevalence. Now the prevalence is the social cultural factors, and in fact gender is also looking at cognition as well. Prevalence rates and explanations are essentially the same topic. If you explain prevalence differences between groups, you're explaining the explanation of a disorder. Sorry, you have an explanation of a disorder. So so this is I would say the topic you should focus on the most, because there are only two possible topics to be asked in the exam. Here we have four, here we have four. So I think this is the one to prep kids for the exam. Treatment as a backup, and I don't even bother teaching this. Really, I might do a lesson or two, but I kind of skip over the diagnosis part simply because I find it too messy, and to do all of this in 20 hours, far too much. So I think that's the best topic for exam, second and third. Okay, so the general scope, we start off by looking at cognition and concepts like working memory and stress's effect on memory. We get into etiologies and explanations, then we get into treatments, and ending with diagnosis if you decide to go that far. So that's the unit plan, and that's what we cover.